Hi, my name is Leah, and this is my husband Gary,
Hello.
and welcome to another conversation with Gary and Leah. So, for today's subject, we're going to talk about the bad and good dating a Filipina.
Good and bad things about dating a Filipina.
Yep. So, let's get started.
Okay.
All right, honey. So, do you have any thoughts? Let's go with bad first.
Well, we can pick a couple of bad things, and I could probably write a long list, but to stick to a couple of the more common things, I would say that the number one bad thing now when we're generalizing good and bad things, it's not applying to everyone. I want to make that clear. We're talking generally, just from experience, from people I've talked to, from people you know. Just it seems to be common things. So
Yeah.
not in every case. I just want to make that clear before we get the comments out. My girl's not like that, or we don't do that, or whatever. So, okay, going to the number one problem I hear and have experienced, not with you, but certainly have experienced in other Philippine relationships, is the jealousy issue.
Yeah.
Philippine girls are the most jealous girls on the planet. I'm sure of it. If you know of any other cultural race of women that are more jealous than Filipinas, let me know. But they're jealous.
I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, and I think it's one of the reason. I think it's because we want our men is just we're selfish when it comes to our men. I think
Possessive.
yeah, because I think it's the same word. Yeah, so I think that's what. But yeah, there are some Filipina that can really get really jealous. So how about me? Can you rate it 1 to 10?
You are the least out of, and it's no secret I've had a lot of relationships, and you're the least jealous person I've ever been with. But you have your moments.
Oh, not much. But yeah, of course, I'm not perfect, so there are some.
Well, I think also in your case, you're very secure with how you feel about yourself. You're confident. You look at yourself and say, "Wow, he couldn't find a prettier girl than me." So,
Not really, because you don't give me a reason to get jealous. I think that's one of the reason. And
that's true.
yeah, I don't feel like you don't give me any reason to be worried about you, like you know. So
I think that goes to the confidence issue. Then you just, your confidence in yourself as well, and you know that we're a good match, a good couple, and you don't worry.
no, I don't.
But a lot of Filipinas do.
You.
I mean, I know some girls that just get so jealous. I mean, if you get caught looking at a girl the wrong way, you got all hell to pay.
Yeah, and also one thing I noticed that Filipina, like if they are relationship with a foreigner or other, like even with Filipino, if their partner have the past like ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, they don't want their man to talk to their exes anymore. Like they will
Right.
get obsessed about it.
They do, and this brings me to which is kind of in the same line of thinking of jealousy, but there's the trust kind of issue, which is also, and I'm talking trust when it comes to other girls, previous relationships. And let me give you examples. Any man that's dating a Filipino or been in a long-term relationship with them, or even short-term in some cases, will relate to this. Filipina girls, if you're not watching them, they will grab your cell phone, they'll break into it, they'll check your messages, they'll go on, they'll look for Facebook and see if they can, and if they see a picture of you, even an old picture before you met with another girl, they're gonna question, who's this?
Yeah.
Are you talking to? Am I off base here, or is that true?
I think you're right. I think Filipina can be the best investigator. If you have a Filipina girlfriend.
All right, so honey, we have a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
So let me put you on the spot here, okay? Just for fun. Have you ever broken into my phone?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, okay. Well, first of all, I know she did because
Before that was before. Now I don't.
yeah,
Only because I don't. That when you're if you're new in a relationship, that's normal to
and
get confused with until you get know someone, like you feel secure. You don't do it at all. So
right.
yeah.
But I'm going to give you a little bit of a break in our situation because when I met you, I hadn't gotten divorced from my previous marriage, right?
Yeah.
And of course, you just met me, and I'd been honest with you. I told you I was still married but separated, uh, and of course, well, I had communication
Yeah.
with so your mind as well. Is he being honest with me because he's still communicating with his ex-wife? He says he's separated, but maybe he's not. Maybe maybe I'm just his mistress or something. You had those thoughts, right?
Yeah. You can understand that, right? But I thought when I think about it, that's childish. But yes, I do those things. I think it's because of
Right.
the secure and having
Believe me,
negative thoughts about it.
many Filipino girls, if they get a chance, will be checking into profiles on the Facebook and stuff, and the cell phone thing. They'll be, if they get a chance to check your messages on the phone, and if you think it hasn't happened to you in your relationship,
Maybe you don't know yet. You don't know. Oh, sorry. We revealed it.
and I don't know what you think. You think, well, I've got a password on my phone. They'll know. Believe me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell Gary about it. Gary, I don't. Yeah, we're
I
good.
don't even know you have my password. I mean, of course, they're
Our eyes, sometimes when you do like
Yeah,
that,
I know.
our eyes is, oh my god. I told you that Filipina may be the best investigator. You don't need to hire investigator.
So there's a couple of bad things. What else do you think is bad?
I'll Tampo, I guess.
Oh yes, yeah.
Tampo, yeah.
You did a video on Tampo with your friend Giselle. I
And
think it
I'm
was.
sure foreigners are aware about Tampo already.
Right. Well, for those that are not, give a quick explanation.
It's like Filipina, maybe she get offended for something you said, or she get little upset, and then she won't talk to you for maybe a few minutes or hours. That's how it is. Like give you a quiet, like she doesn't talk to you. That's it.
Do
Yeah.
we have that problem?
Sometimes I
Do
do
we?
have that kind of.
Actually, not too often, but you've gone through some moods. It's hard for you to be silent with me though, because you know me, when we have a problem, I don't stop talking until we solve it.
Yeah,
So even if you don't want to talk, I kind of
Yeah, that's how it is. Like, if we're in Tampo, we don't want to talk. But I think Gary is very mature. I think it's a good thing about in a relationship. It's good to have someone that is more mature, right? So Gary we won't sleep until we solve our problem. I think it's a good thing. So,
Are we on to good things now?
uh-huh. Yeah, I guess.
No.
Oh yeah, you want to add up about
no.
negative? Oh, last
No.
one.
Continue. Well, yeah, I don't want to make this an hour-long video, so just one more. Now, I think this is a bad thing about dating a Filipina.
Oh.
Is there's often, and again, I'm not saying every case, but there's often an expectation, especially when it becomes the foreign man that's usually older. There's an expectation of financial support.
Mm. Yeah.
It just is. I mean, and I don't like that. I mean, men usually, well, people usually want to find someone that they can love, receive love back, and they want it to be a real loving relationship, which I know we have. Some people question that, but we do, and we know it, so it doesn't really matter what people think.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't have that issue. But again, from experience and from many people I talk to and things I know about, there's that expectation of financial responsibility, not just for them, but for the family members too.
Well, honestly, yeah, there are some cases like that. In the family already expected. There are some even relatives only. They, like, oh, you got foreigner, you must have money, but that's not true, right? So, yeah, but it depends on the situation. But it still depends on you and your girlfriend.
Is it a bad thing though?
I think it is really. When it to other relationship, yeah, it can affect.
because some people might argue, well, no, it's a good thing because they love their family and they want to take care of them, and so it's a nice act, a good act. So some people might argue that it's a good thing.
Well, it's good if you can afford it. If you
Well,
have money,
no,
and
not
if you're happy to do it.
actually,
So
not even if you can afford it. I think if it's what you want to do, if that's your
yeah,
desire,
yeah,
of course, if you choose to date a Filipina, and your thoughts are, yeah, I want to date them and I want to take care of their family as well and be responsible. If that's your goal,
well, it's good for them. Yeah, I respect that. And yeah,
and
if you're
some
happy to
people,
help, so
yeah,
why not?
yeah, well, there's again, happy to help is different from the expectation. We're
Yeah.
talking about when you date someone, you meet someone, you start a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
To have that expectation at the beginning, I think, is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Now, if after a few weeks, months, you fall in love and you get to know the family and you want to help and you can afford to, then I think it's not a problem. It's okay. I'm just referring to the bad part of having an expectation of
Yeah.
that from the beginning.
Yeah, I think expectation is really bad from the from the relatives or from the family, because yeah, of course it's not really your responsibility to give it, or to like giving them financially, like that's not your responsibility. But if you're happy, so yeah, I think it's a good thing. But the negative is if the family expect that, and they will take advantage of
Right.
you. So I think yeah, that's
And that
good.
happens quite often.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So anyway, there's some negative points of dating a Filipina. Shall we switch and talk about what are really some of the positives, some of the good things
Yeah.
about being with a Filipina?
You wanna
Okay, well,
start it?
again, there's a nice long list of good things. We'll just pick a couple,
Mm-hmm.
and I think one of the big positives is how family orientated they are. Coming off the subject of families, but they are very family orientated and spiritual, and also, how do I put it? Their needs are usually quite simple.
Mm-hmm.
They're not getting into a relationship often with with needing a lot of material things.
Yeah.
Um, but they're very loving, family oriented people.
Yeah, they were easy to pleasure. They call it like
You see
what
what?
easy to like small things makes Filipina happy. Like especially if
Small things make a Filipino happy.
what do you call it? Small like little things or whatever. You can simple things make them happy, something like that. Yeah, like especially Filipina that grow up in the province, like used to being poor. So I think yeah, that's what I would say. We don't need materialistic like expensive things, expensive dinner or you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're very simple.
Yeah. Another good thing about Philippine women is in most cases they are submissive to their men, and maybe not everybody's going to agree that's a good thing, but uh, from a biblical perspective, it's a good thing because I believe a man should be the leader of the household, and I don't mean ordering the wife about or dominating or being disrespectful. I'm just saying being responsible leader. How do you word it? Just taking care of his family, making sure that all your needs are met. So obviously, I think the man should be the one in control of the financial responsibility. Of course, there's successful women that are contributing to the relationship, and that's a good thing. But it's not so common that the Filipino woman's gonna be making the majority of the income, and the man sitting at home, being taken care of. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, and also I think it is because Filipino are more submissive. It's because our parents are like that. Like our mom look up for our dad and give respect and all that. So
Yeah.
I think it's because that's how we are,
Yeah.
like Filipina.
Yeah, and to clarify, submission isn't being like ordering you around, telling you what to do, controlling you. Or anything. It's not that. It's just understanding our role in
Yeah.
life. My role as a man, as a leader of the household, and that's my job, to protect you, to provide for you,
Mm-hmm.
and and a woman's job definitely is more, with raising the kids, uh,
Taking care of your husband and
taking care of, we
the
take care of
house.
each other. But that's another good thing. The Filipino women take good care of their husbands, right?
Yeah, we know our duty as a wife. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll take care of you until you're old and grey. Or in this case,
Oh, you're the great.
well,
Yeah.
I am
Yes.
actually grey. I just don't know.
So we're talking about taking care of how Filipina, like like you get sick something.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're very good at taking care of me when I'm sick, and um, you're really good at taking
Yeah,
care of
when it
the
comes
family.
to sickness, I think Filipina have a lot of, like magic, like what do you call
Oh,
it?
wait a minute.
Like bake for or whatever. Like
No. Sorry, this might be another bad thing. It's like when you get sick, you might be laying in bed like half sick, or not quite kind of out of it. Then you may fall asleep and wake up with a bunch of leaves on your stomach or something. And you're like, what's all this? Some
like
some.
herbal. We use herbal and we do the steam, like give you ginger, like something like
Oh,
that.
ginger's okay to drink, but you have all kinds of things you stick on your body from, like, and maybe they work, maybe they don't.
Yeah, so you want to share about the like the other night, like where you have cough and then you woke up right because I was putting oil on your
Oh my goodness, I was asleep. I was asleep, and I was having a bit of a cough, but I
yeah.
was still, you kind of cough in your sleep, and next thing I was like laying there, and I felt your hand rubbing on, and I woke up, what
Rubbing
the hell's
oil.
going on here? It just got up, so I was sticking oil on my chest.
Yeah.
Did I stop coughing after that?
Actually, I think that oil. I think it because it's mental. It's hot, so I think that's help with. Usually do help when I think that's since our my parents do the same thing. Like we
Mm-hmm.
use oil for everything. Like if you get stomach like gas
Mm.
or you get nausea something
Yeah.
or other problem, we always use vapor rub.
All right. So there you go. So there's another good thing with the Filipino woman. They've got wonderful ideas on alternative healthcare.
Yeah, we learned to because the healthcare is not really good here.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I can't argue with that. Maybe sticking a few leaves and herbs on your body is
Yeah,
is better than what they do at the hospitals.
don't bother to go to hospital.
Yeah. Whatever works. And often, if you do something and you believe it's working, the mind is really powerful, and so it can often help you get better just because you believe it's going to make you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
When we it's like the opposite. When we stress and worry about issues and problems, it tends to weaken our immune system, and we get sicker. But when we have a positive belief that something's working, we'll often get better quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Another good thing, I just love that Filipinos is they're generally happy people. I mean, they're like, look at you, you're always laughing and smiling, and just look happy. I mean, when you're not in Tampa, that is.
Mm.
But no, really,
Positivity.
Filipina people and girls, just seem to be more relaxed, happy.
Positive.
You haven't been. I have to take one day when you go to America and you see how people are walking around and the stress on people's faces, and uh, and how they just don't seem to look around. They don't walk around looking happy. I'm sure in some cases they are, but it's just different. And I find Filipina people happy. You go into the province where people have very little
Yeah,
and nothing. I've
exactly.
always noticed this. And you see the kids outside running around and they're smiling and playing and having fun. They don't need, expensive toys or
Mm.
gadgets to have. I mean, they'll go out into nature and play with the insects and
Yeah, I remember my childhood.
yeah,
Mm.
and they'll be creative and the families always stick together and they're just happy people.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're pretty positive. It will even though there's challenges.
Hmm. Another thing I like about Filipino girls is they're very passionate,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so they enjoy to be with their man, and they like to please.
Who doesn't want to?
Huh?
Who doesn't want to?
Well, I mean, I'm comparing with some other cultures where they just seem not as unselfish. I mean, the Philippines really want to please their man, and
yeah, I think yeah, I agree with that.
and enjoy. They enjoy. Not everyone. I hate when we're talking these
Well, most of my
conversations.
friends are like that. So
Yeah, very very enjoy intimacy and enjoy being with their man, and that's an important part of a
that's
relationship.
why I said that Filipina like to like our men, like we selfish when it comes to our men. Like
Mhm.
we want our men to feel love. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's one of the reason. That's why
Mhm.
we really enjoy being together. So I think that's what you mean.
I think so. But anyway, have you any other last thoughts on the good things of being with a Filipina? Have we missed anything
I'm
important?
Filipina, so I have a lot to say.
Well,
but I think the last
it's your
thing is,
channel, so
I think the last thing I want to add is Filipina are very like humble and like to giving. Like I'll give you an example. Like Filipina always cook a lot of food, amount of food, and share it to the neighbor.
Yeah.
Like when even in the party, we always wanna cook a lot more than we need because we like to like give it away. I think that's also a good thing about Filipina.
Yeah, they are very generous. I know we've had parties here sometimes where we've had a lot of food. I can't remember which one it was, and neighbors just come in and eat that you never even met before,
Yeah.
and then they eat and they
That's
leave.
just how we are. Like we're happy to help people. I don't know, but I think that's also a really good thing about, and not just Filipino. Like we like to help others.
Definitely.
So I guess we say enough. There's more,
I
but
know. I think
we just say whatever we could. This is unplanned or whatever.
well, we try to keep the conversation around 20 minutes, and I think we could probably talk for an hour on all these pros and cons, good and bad things about being a Filipina. So we're just having a bit of fun talking about a few little issues that came to our minds right now.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for being here in my channel.
We're done?
Yep.
So soon?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
God bless.